A man came into the shop. I greeted him with a smile. Young man, sorry, we are hosting a banquet today. But the man gloomily said, there's a zombie in the shop. Hearing, zombie? I was stunned at first. Where would a zombie come from? Everyone here is from the village. Just as I finished speaking, the man's gaze fell on the bride in the corner, covered with a red veil. I quickly whispered, young man, it's their wedding day, don't cause trouble. The man became anxious and said, I'm really not here to cause trouble. There really is a zombie here. Zombies fear sunlight. We can get rid of it while it's still day. Once night falls, the whole village will suffer. He didn't seem like he was lying. Fine, look around carefully, but don't disturb the guests, it's a celebration. I asked quietly, did you find the zombie? Told you, no zombies in broad daylight. Then he asked, uncle, how did the bride get in? I frowned. Normally, the groom carries the bride in, her feet can't touch the ground. The man frowned even deeper, face growing darker. Took 4 men to carry her. That bride must be heavy. My grandfather questioned him, what do you mean by that? I suspect the bride is a zombie. Young man, I saw a zombie when I was a kid. They're brainless, attack people on sight. The man stared at the bride. What if she has a talisman on her head? We're all from the same village. If a zombie really shows up, no one can escape. Slowly walking toward the bride. The second boy blocked his way. He pointed and cursed, who the hell are you? Walking around eyeing my wife, trying to steal the bride. The people at the table stood up too, as if ready to tear him apart. The man stayed serious, there's a zombie here. I think it's the bride. The second boy's eyes bulged, pointing and cursing, you damn bastard. You are just here to stir trouble. The second boy was about to make a move. Second boy, it's your big day, don't let it get bloody. It's bad luck. The second boy sneered, if we weren't from the same village, I wouldn't have held the banquet here. Why'd you let in any stranger? I gave an awkward laugh. If there really was a zombie, we'd all be doomed. Where would a zombie come from? He's just a conman. Kick him out. I quickly agreed, alright, I'll get rid of him. I went to pull the man, but he stood still, eyes fixed on the bride. The second boy shoved him hard, staring again and I'll gouge your eyes out. The man glared back. I came guided by my compass. There's a zombie here. We can deal with it while it's bright. Once night falls, no one within 100 miles will survive. The second boy jumped in anger. Stop scaring people. The man got anxious. I checked everyone else in the hall. All alive. But the bride's face is hidden under the veil. I suspect she's a zombie. She's calm now because the talisman is working. But at night, it won't hold. No one will survive. The elders say zombies suck blood. Once they appear, the second boy slammed the table. It's all this bastard's fault, trying to ruin things. I turned to the man, young man, our village has rules. You insisting to see it now is too much. It'll be too late. The second boy snapped, you are just causing trouble. Admit it, you're Kalan's lover from the city, aren't you? Kalan was a college girl from our village. She had a boyfriend in the city. But the second boy insisted on marrying her. Her family didn't dare refuse. The man's face darkened, I'm not. Don't make things up. Just then, Dr. Chen glared at the second boy, drunken fool, speak like that again and I'll beat you. It said my uncle and Kalan were close, planned to attend the same university. But the day before he left, he was stabbed 70 times in the back mountain and mutilated. Lin San broke protocol to perform an autopsy. The second boy fell silent. Dr. Chen sat at the head. Soma, young man, by village rules, we can't lift the veil now, it's unlucky. But if it's for everyone's safety, I'll make an exception. Let me be clear, if the bride is a zombie, you are a hero. If not, you are causing trouble, leave your hands behind before you go. Dr. Chen snorted coldly, I want to see if he's stirring trouble. Lower, lift it. At that moment, boom, a loud thunderclap. The windows buzzed. Everyone paused and looked outside. In a blink, the sky darkened. A heavy rain poured, cold wind howled, sending chills down our spines. A dread rose in me. I felt something bad was coming. I forced a smile, Brother Chen, it's bad luck to see blood on a wedding day. Let the bride speak. If she can talk, she's not a zombie. As I finished, lightning flashed, so bright it hurt the eyes. The bolt lit the bride's red gown, eerie and vivid. The red veil looked like it was bleeding, like a ghostly wedding. I hid behind Wei Yun, clinging to his arm. Do you accept this method? He frowned, then nodded, I do. I turned to the second boy, have your bride say something. The second boy walked over with a smile. Wife, say something. Just as he finished, another loud thunderclap, so loud the walls shook. The lights flickered, buzzing. Everyone looked up at the lamp. I chuckled, rainy weather. Bad wiring. The flickering light made my face look strange. Just as I said that, the lights went out. Darkness fell instantly. We could barely see each other's faces. Everyone looked up. Then, Kalan's voice came, "Second boy." Sounded just like usual. I said, "Don't panic, everyone." The shop lit up again. The second boy sneered at the man, "Hear that, bastard." The man looked grim. That voice didn't come from the bride. That was my wife. Everyone heard. Still stirring trouble. "I'll kill you," I snapped. "Young man, that was clearly Kalan's voice. Stop this, or I can't help you. Leave." The man frowned. "Uncle, I have sharp hearing. The bride is in the north corner, it wasn't her." Another loud thunderclap made my ears ring. Everyone looked at each other. The second boy yelled, "What are you all looking at my wife for? She just talked, you all heard. Why believe that lunatic?" Just then, the bride's arm moved. The second boy grinned, "See. She moved." But outside, the man's voice came again, "It's almost dark. Let me in." The second boy's face turned dark, roaring, "That son of a bitch." I smiled and said, "Second boy, don't be mad. He's just crazy. Don't mind him. Kalan's such a nice girl, how could she be a zombie?" The second boy nodded, "Right. It's my big day. I'll let it go." He sat back down drinking. The villagers also resumed eating and drinking. Boom, another thunderclap. We're out of time. The sun's setting. Everyone's faces changed. The second boy was furious. "This bastard won't quit." I said, "Ignore him. He's just a lunatic." Time for me to enter the bridal chamber. A few young men cheered. Time to tease the bride. The second boy eerily turned to me, "Uncle, it's raining outside. Can I use your second floor?" He went to pick up the bride, but no matter how many times he tried, he couldn't lift her. The villagers burst into laughter. A young man teased, "Second boy, can't even lift your own bride. Still calling yourself a man?" Second boy frowned and snapped, "Of course I'm a man." He gritted his teeth and tried again with all his strength. Still, the bride didn't move an inch. Second boy muttered in confusion, "What's going on?" A bright bolt of lightning lit up the bride's wedding gown. It looked especially eerie. Everyone instinctively stepped back. Suddenly, the bride's head moved slightly. Second boy panicked, "Kalan, say something." No response. The shop was so quiet you could hear breathing. He called out again. Still no answer. The rain outside poured harder, and a cold wind. He turned to Chen Dafu, "Uncle, why isn't Kalan talking?" Chen Dafu's face was gloomy as he stared hard at the bride. "Creepy," he said. "Kalan, say something. Don't play mute. Zombies don't exist. Someone's just playing tricks." The man outside shouted, "Open the door. The sun's almost down. Once it's dark, no one can stop it. Everyone within 100 miles will die." Second boy frowned deeply. "Uncle, maybe we should let that guy in." Several young men opened it. "Boy, go take a look." The man walked up to the bride and examined her closely. Then he circled behind her and reached to lift the veil. Suddenly, everyone saw it. A zombie with a nearly falling talisman stuck to its forehead was sitting in the chair. Its eyes twitched unnaturally. Everyone screamed in terror. Chen Dafu's voice trembled, "Hurry. Destroy the zombie." Villagers screamed and stampeded for the exit. The zombie's eyes twitched and stared at the crowd with a sinister glare. The zombie lunged and sank its fangs into his neck, tearing it open. The villagers were scared out of their wits. I sprinkled glutinous rice at the door and told my grandma, "There's a zombie downstairs." I gritted my teeth, even if it costs my whole family's life. Chuanzi was my younger uncle. We heard thumping sounds from downstairs. It was the sound of the zombie hopping around. I carefully walked to the door and sprinkled more handfuls of glutinous rice.